I run an artificial intelligence company in London, and whilst we're doing very, very well, I have to ask myself, how does a company compete with another company that doesn't need to make money? How does my company ultimately compete with a company that can undercut my prices, avoid tax, pay talent more than probably I ever could? And even if I could slay those dragons, even if I could build a company that is amazing, that does these things, then maybe my company will become the dragon, and I will become a slave to the market. So I realized the answer to how do you compete with a company that doesn't need to make money is to change the rules of the game. We remove the concept of a company. And so I'm trying to create an organizational structure that's radically new. We don't have any hierarchies or managers or KPIs. Everybody's free to work wherever they want, however they want, wherever they want. We even go so far that people make public recommendations for their salary, so everybody publicly declares what they should be paid, and then everybody votes on whether those salaries should be reduced or increased or kept the same. And we use machine learning to determine how many votes one person has for another.
The second thing I'm concerned about, the third thing I'm concerned about is what is called the technological singularity, which is where we build a system smarter than us in every single possible way. And it's predicted to happen around 2040, 2050. It will be the last invention that we create. And I would argue that if we do not start cooperating as a species, if we stop fighting over GDP and stop fighting over resources, if this thing comes along and it sees us as a threat, it will probably remove us from the equation. And I actually think the answer is not going to come from governments, it's actually going to come from you, it's going to come from corporates. So to survive, are going to have to not just be profitable, but you're going to have an incredibly strong purpose. Because having a strong purpose means you'll attract talent, you'll attract customers. So I'm actually really hopeful that the private sector is going to solve many of these problems.